Hey folks, how you doing? This is Wayne S. Pierce for the Wayne S. Pierce Show. Sorry, I'm making a whole lot of noise here, but have to. There's a there's a debate going on one of my posts, and I'm going to end that debate right now, or maybe not end it, but throw my 2 cents worth into it. The word Nazi has been thrown around. The excuses of why we should be a socialist country should be, should be evident within those replies. The idea that people are trolls, or one person in this thread is a troll, and well, let me put all of that to rest right now. There's one person in that response, and yes, I'm going to be totally transparent here. I'm taking sides. I'm taking sides with the truth and the facts. And I'm using the evidence that I find in history and in other, areas to back those facts up. And that's just the way it is. Now, these two people have been, debating and bantering and probably have a decent, not really a solidified respect, but a decent amount of respect for what is being said, considering that they don't know each other. And so I'll throw my 2 cents in here, and I'll say this. If at some point somebody says something that is a proven fact, my question has always been, why are you denying it? So when I look at what these two people are saying to one another, I know who is totally uneducated and totally without, and believe me, I have seen people like this most of my life, so I can say this with the... Sorry about that. A lot of people think the street outside my house is a freaking drag strip. So anyway, when I look at people like this, and I have throughout my life, who say what they've said in the same vein as what's being replied in the same vein of the replies in my post, I will say this. There is someone in this debate, whether it's with 2 people or 4 people or 200 people, the one person in this debate on my post is wrong. I'm not going to call them out for any reason, but I'm just going to tell them they're wrong. And like I said, I've seen people like this my whole life. I've spoken with them, and they use the excuse, well, we can agree to disagree. No, we can't, because somebody in the room is wrong, and it's not me. And regarding these replies of a post I put up, I will say this. There is no agreement in there. There is only a one-sided conversation, because the other person is not even, near accepting any truth or facts whatsoever. And there's been the words, thrown around like troll and uneducated and all of this. Well, when you start doing that, let's just say, when you start throwing around the words troll and uneducated, you've just lost your debate right there. You've just immediately lost your debate right there. There is no going further. To continue to engage in that debate after that is just mental masturbation. And that's all it is. It serves no purpose and doesn't feel good at all. Because I'll tell you why. You're going to feel slighted. You're going to feel as if there's no hope. You're going to feel that, in some cases, not in every case, not in this case, but in this case, regarding these replies to these posts, to this post, I will say this. And let me make my point. I'm going to make 2 points here. A is when you start throwing around accusations and start calling people names, you're done. I'm not going to listen to your debate. I'm not going to listen to any evidence you put forth to what you're saying. I'm not going to listen to you because you've already lost the debate. Period. You've already lost. There's no next step. You've lost. You might as well pick up your stuff and leave because you've lost. To the person in this debate that is going on, that has done the accusing, that has done the name calling, you're done. You're absolutely 100% done. Period. End of sentence. And don't tell me that, well, I'm done when I say I'm done. No, you're not. You're done. Okay? To the person that engages this other person and literally continues to encourage this debate, you're talking to a brick wall. You're talking to a brick wall. There is nothing that you can do anymore. And, that's it. That's it. They've lost the debate. The other person has that you're talking to has lost the debate, and they're done. And so why engage? Why engage? But let me give you a broader picture of this. And this goes on throughout all of the United States and all of the world. That everybody wants their fair share, their piece of the pie. They want what they want. And they're going to do everything they can to get what they want. Well, let me tell you something. Socialism, or the National Socialist Party, which that's what Hitler belonged to, that's what he led for a long time, which became a political force in Germany in 1928 and 29. And then he became leader of it around that same time. But the facts of the matter are this: history tells you exactly what we should not do, and what we should not do in the United States of America is have people yelling and screaming that they want free health care, they want the uber rich to pay their fair share, because they want free college and all this, that, and the other thing. You know what? And I'm going to say this, and I make no bones about this, because I told you years ago, I'm going to be straightforward and blunt and right in your face. Well, I'm going to get straightforward, blunt, and right in your face. You're not going to get anything for free. Just because you don't pay for it doesn't mean that somebody else is not paying for it. Okay? In other words, somebody has to pay for your free stuff. And since you're not forking out the bucks to do it, somebody else is. And if that's what you want, then you're looking at a socialist type of political system which will fail eventually. Okay? It will fail eventually. And do not tell me it won't. I've looked at every single socialist country under Mussolini, even under Margaret Thatcher. We will see these things fail eventually, and they have in the past, and they will in the future. Socialism, the kissing cousin of communism, does not work. Period. does not work. And I don't really give one crap about what your opinion is of it. I've already studied it for the last 40 some years. So I don't need to hear your stupid opinion about it. Okay? Told you I was going to get blunt in your face. Don't like it? You don't, hey, you don't like it? I don't really care. I don't really care. Because I know the truth, I know the facts, I know what is there, I know that history is repeating itself, I know that this country has gone through a lot in the 242 years that it's been in existence. We've had civil wars, we've had battles, we've had all sorts of things happening, but guess what? Other countries have never invaded this country itself, the mainland. If you want to count December 7th, 1941, where the Japanese, bombed Pearl Harbor, then, go ahead and do that because, the president back then already knew a week before that it was going to happen, and he did nothing to stop it. Okay? So anyway, if you want to talk about that, that's fine. But that wasn't an invasion, that was a bombing. We were that got us into World War II, which actually started in 1938, not 1941. But I digress. If you want to continue to, express yourself and your opinions and all of that, and say that socialism is going to work and we just haven't done it right and all this, that, and the other thing, why don't you just come right out and say and admit that you are a socialist? As a matter of fact, go one step further. Declare yourself a democratic socialist and join the DSA, the Democratic Socialists of America. Oh, and another thing before I leave here. Anyone under 30 has been indoctrinated by the governmental indoctrination institutes, and they don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're saying. They have no clue of anything. And I want nothing to do with these people. Okay, I'm going to be blunt and in your face. Now, I'm not going to name the two people who are debating one another in one of my posts because you can see it for yourself. Just go to my page. You'll find it. Do a little search. You'll find it. And you will see the uneducated person who has absolutely no idea what they're talking about and is completely, I'm going to say this because I've seen people over the years, and even in my own experiences talking to people like this, I've seen them get so scared and so intimidated by the truth and the facts that they've backed themselves into the proverbial corner and started name calling and started to really do all of that, to be aggressive, and they'd call on their friends and all of this to try to shut people like me down, and all that. And this has happened in the past in California in the 1990s when I was living there. And I made my way out by any means necessary. I won't go into detail, but let's just say the person I talked to really turned out to be a complete and total jerk. And just absolutely didn't know what they were talking about in the first place. So, in this situation, when you look at the debate that's going on with one of my posts, you're going to see that the truth and the facts are backing this person into the corner, and they've already said, "Oh, the other person's a troll, and uneducated and all that." Well, the debate is over at that point because your name calling just shut down the debate. That's it. You're done. There's no more engaging. There's no more talking. There's no more discussions. You're done. And that's the way it is. Now, I know there's no music on this mini podcast because it's an emergency podcast. So it's going to go up on my network. And if you have any questions, any comments, any concerns, really, or if you just want to tell me things, you can by dropping a comment down below or emailing me at WayneSPierce@USA.com. WayneSPierce@USA.com, or go to the website at thewaynespearceshow.weebly.com. Folks, I just wanted to get that out there. And socialism doesn't work in the United States, will never work in the United States, and anybody who supports it is just, they don't know what they're doing. They're very much indoctrinated by left-wing Marxist, Leninist, communistic political policies and ideologies. So no, I'm done with those people. Okay. So anyway, I got to get out of here, folks. No podcast later. Well, there's going to be a rebroadcast of a podcast from earlier, and therefore I'm taking the day off. And you guys enjoy, and I'll talk to you guys Wednesday on the Wayne S. Pierce Show podcast.